Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video with the adventures of the memory makers. It's summertime in Indiana. It's hot. I'm hot. It's like 88 degrees out here right now, 88% humidity. Summer has arrived. And today what I want to do is take a minute to share with you a device that I've been testing here at home for about the past month, and I think is an absolute must-have for anybody with an RV that has a refrigerator inside of it that you use to transport food from wherever to wherever. And the device I'm talking about is a very small, very cost-effective device that allows you to remotely monitor the temperature inside your refrigerator from your smartphone. And that device that I picked was the Govee Smart Thermo Hygrometer. It not only shows the temperature, but it also shows what the humidity is. The great thing about it is it's Bluetooth, goes directly to your smartphone. There's an app you download from the App Store. You link it up to your Bluetooth temperature sensor here. You put that temperature sensor in your refrigerator, and once it gets cooled down to temperature, it will monitor the temperature in your refrigerator as you drive down the road. You can look at it anytime you want, although I suggest not doing it while you're driving. But it will also send you an alert when it gets out of the set parameters that you put in the settings of this when you set up your device, which is what I was after. I've got this set so that if the temperature inside the refrigerator goes above 40 degrees, I get an alert to my phone. And I've tested it several times in our house. I've played with it, taken it outside. It's actually, right now, it's inside our unit, our refrigerator here, and I'll show you in just a second. And once it cools down to the temperature and it monitors it, if it goes above your preset setting, you get that alert. And why that's so important is a good friend of mine, Brian Smith, DIY Outdoor Life. He and I were talking one day on the phone when I was rebuilding the galley in our camper. And I told him, I was putting the refrigerator in, and he said, how are you gonna power that? So I told him, I've actually got it hooked up with Anderson power pole connectors hardwired to the compressor, so I don't have any outside cables. I did it the hard way. But he said that was great, because what he did was, when he had his refrigerator sitting where our stove is at right now, they loaded it full of food, plugged it into the automotive type plug over here in the corner, shut the camper up, drove all day long, hot, it was humid, never checked it, never thought about it. They get to their campground that night, they get everything set up, they open the refrigerator up, getting ready to cook dinner, and somewhere shortly after the start of the trip, that plug come undone. So all day long in the heat, this refrigerator that was supposed to be keeping their food cool actually was acting like an oven. And when they opened it up, he said there were a few things in the very bottom that were probably frozen when they started that were still kind of cool. But you got to stop and think about this. You're on vacation. Do you really want to risk getting food poisoning over a simple little thing like the plug coming undone in your refrigerator? This device I think costs $17, $18 from Amazon. You can put it in that refrigerator and get an instant notification if that temperature rises above your preset that you wanted. So let me grab the camera and I'll show you how simple this is, and then we'll probably have to go inside where it's dark enough to where you can see my phone, and I'll show you what the actual screen looks like for it. But highly recommend this device. So here we have our refrigerator pulled out on the slide, and right now the temperature is sitting at a nice cool 30 degrees. And one of the reasons it's so cold is most of the stuff I stuffed in the refrigerator was frozen when I pulled it out of the freezer, so that immediately dropped the temperature down inside the refrigerator itself. So if you open the refrigerator up, what you're going to see is our Govee temperature sensor sticking here on the back wall. And inside the refrigerator, we've got all kinds of good stuff. We've got some top sirloin steak. We've got some bluegill. I mean, I forgot that we had bluegill in the refrigerator, so I'm excited about that. I'll probably have that for dinner. There's some pork chops in there. There's some shrimp in here, tenderloins. We got some ground beef. I mean, you could easily smoke a $100 bill refilling your refrigerator, especially a bigger one, if for any reason the power went off to your refrigerator while you were traveling and everything got hot. And plus, it's just not worth the chance of getting food poisoning. I've never had it, but I know people who have, and they don't talk about it with kind regards. They never want to get it again. So this little device right here, when it links to your phone, and gives you that security of knowing that the temperature is where you want it at, it's just a great safety device. And it comes with, and I'll show you when we get inside, it comes with a little lanyard that goes through that loop right there, or that hole. And you can hang it inside your refrigerator. I didn't want it bouncing around in the refrigerator itself, so I put some self-adhesive Velcro on the back of it. It just sticks right here on the back wall like that. Does exactly what it's supposed to do. I'm not going to say that the device is perfect, because there are a few things about it that I'm not real thrilled about, but for the money, it is cheap insurance, and it has worked great. I'll show you on the app. It shows a graph of what the temperatures were at all through the whole period that it's on. So you've got the box that it comes in. So like I said, it was definitely less than $20. I don't remember the exact amount, but I'll put a link to it in the description if you want to go with this. And there are many different brands and manufacturers of these devices out there. So this is just the one that I picked. Pick the one that works best for you. I went ahead and picked up 5 extra batteries for it from Amazon for, I think, $8 or $9. It's kind of an odd size battery, and I didn't even waste my time going to town and try to find it, because I didn't think I would have any success. So I just ordered them. They came in. But after using this now, I've had this going for a little over a month straight, and it's still showing full battery strength. So I think one battery will last the entire camping season. So that's pretty economical there. So let's go inside where we can get the screen dark enough so you can see my phone. We'll pull the app up and I'll show you what it does from there. Okay, back inside now, and we're approximately 100 feet away from the camper. Just to give you an idea of the range of the Bluetooth signal. We're inside. There's probably, let's see, 1, 2, 3 walls between us and the camper, plus the camper structure itself. So a pretty impressive range for the Bluetooth device. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the app that, let's see here. So it's the Govee Home app right here. And it's going to pull up the app screen, and it's going to show the only sensor that we have. They make a whole range of sensors, but the only one that we have right now with Govee is the camper fridge sensor. So we're going to click on that, and you're going to see a spinning wheel up here at the top that says loading. It's going to load the information. So right now it's 100% loaded, and you can see this is the graph that it shows. And this isn't completely accurate because, like I said, I've had this inside our refrigerator here in the house playing around with it. But this is where we backed it up. It got up to a high of 79.7 before I put it into the refrigerator in the camper. And now you can see how the temperature is starting to trend down. And then this big spike right here where the temperature went from 43.3 up to 51.3, that was when we had the door of the refrigerator open, when I was showing you what the sensor looks like outside. So it's kind of odd. The sensor actually shows the rise in temperature really fast, which is a great thing, but it's slow to register the temperature going down. Because as you remember, the refrigerator temperature was showing 30 degrees because a lot of the food in it was frozen. But this hadn't gotten down below 43.3 yet, but it had only been in there for about 15 minutes before I started making the video. So I kind of get it, but it's very quick to show when you get a spike in the temperature up, which is what you want, because if that temperature gets out of range, you want to know as soon as possible so that you can hopefully fix the problem. So that's what it shows there. You can go into the settings, which is up here in the corner, and this is where you can name it. So I've got camper fridge sensor there for a name. And then here's your temperature alarm. So the low end I've got set at 28 degrees. The high end I got set at 45 degrees now. And then I click on this little tab right here. It says alert me, so that I get that notification that it's out of range. And it does do that very well. And then here's the humidity alarm, which I do not have set because I wasn't worried about the humidity. And here you can actually calibrate the unit. I'm not sure how. It doesn't really say in the instructions, but it has a lot of options to it. So you go back a screen here. Again, you can see this temperature coming down. Now, like I said, it's not perfect. There are some things about this app that I wish worked a little differently. But that said, it does work and serve the purpose very well. When you go back to the screen, to the home screen for the app itself, it shows the sensor, but it doesn't show the current temperature. That temperature will stay that for a period of time before it actually changes. And I've never really figured out how yet to get that to show the current temperature. I'm not sure that it does. Up here you see a battery indicator right there. That's after, let's see, it was July June 13th or something when I started using this. So it's been over a month now that I've been playing with this nonstop. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and can't sleep. I'll pull my phone out and check and see what the temperature is in the refrigerator. You know, it's just kind of neat to have that. Now, I will tell you that this is Bluetooth and not Wi-Fi. So you've got to be within Bluetooth range of your device. And here you can see the wheel spinning again. We're loading the information currently from it. It's going to show, you know, a downward trend now as it continues to cool off. But being Bluetooth, you're limited to the range of the Bluetooth sensor, which in this case is over 100 feet away through 3 or 4 walls. So it does work really well. You can see it's trending back down. It's just slow to go down. It'll eventually get there, but it may take it an hour or so to fully reach the bottom cold temperature. Very quick to come back up, which is great. It's just slow to go down. And you can change, you know, for our friends to the north up in Canada, you can change from Fahrenheit to Celsius, you know, with a click of the button there. So the app is very easy to use. It works very well. And the notification, I'll show you what it looks like. So it sent me a couple now because it's out of range, or out of the approved range that I set it at. Let me see if I can go back to here. Oh, I lost them, darn it. So I went back and let it refresh again to get it to send me another warning so I can show you what the warning actually looks like that you get. So here I get a notification on my notification screen. It says Govee Home, Bluetooth thermal hygrometer. And then if you go down, it says camper fridge sensor. The current temperature is 48 degrees Fahrenheit. This is higher than the set temperature. Please check now. So you get that direct notification right away that your sensor is out of the approved range when it refreshes. So that is what I was wanting a sensor to do. Just tell me, you know, that something is wrong with my refrigerator and I'm not in the temperature range that I want to be in. So you can see the app, it's pretty simple to use and the device works. I mean, that's all I can say is, you know, for the money, I am tickled to death. It does exactly what I want to do. You know, it may save us from losing all the food in our refrigerator on a trip. It's added security. You know, for the $20 or less that you're going to invest in a device like this, you know, it could potentially keep you from ruining the trip by spending the whole trip in the bathroom sick with food poisoning, or worse, you know, there's cases of people dying from food poisoning. So highly recommend that if you've got a refrigerator that you travel with food in, and it's not, you know, if you've got a Class A where you can get up and go back and check your refrigerator, that may not be as critical. But on a pull behind like this, bouncing around, going down the roads, you know, especially if you're using that automotive style plug, highly recommend that you consider getting a device like this, linking it to your phone, setting the parameters up so you get that notification in case that you lose power to it. Hope this video helps. If it did, you know, I've got a lot more videos out like this where we cover, you know, tips and tricks to our campers. You know, please consider hitting that subscribe button and you'll know when more videos come out. And we appreciate everyone for watching. We'll see you on the next video.